Okay, so in case you didn't see a video that I did before, I'm running the same strategy that I did before. But for those of you who haven't seen that video, I'll quickly explain what we're doing here. So, first of all, we're going to be farming conqueror maps. These conqueror maps are going to be quite expensive since for 10 sets I had to pay around 20 divines. Now, we're also running this with harvest duplicate juice, with a crop of blue plants, as well as magic pack size, sacred grove, and then conqueror map drop. Now, conqueror map drop also is quite an expensive sextant. Now, we're running also gilded scarabs. As you can see here, it's Shaper, Expedition, Ultimatum, Torment. I only took those that are the cheapest. Why? Because I'll explain quickly that we're growing hoards, so harvest is also influenced due to pack size. So with the 10% increased pack size for each gilded scarab, meaning that we have 40% increased pack size, means that the harvest is going to be much juicier. And we also take all the harvest nodes, we take the boss drop nodes, we take destructive play, meaning that we have a higher chance of actually dropping more things. We have the harvest nodes, we have the essence nodes, and we also have crop rotation. So this is a very basic tree and very basic strategy. All we need to do is just run towards the boss, kill the boss, gather any essences we have in the meantime, and we have to do the harvest that we need to find in the map, and that's basically it. Now, after completing Or for Conquerors, we also do the invitation later on. Now, I already did a test run of the first map, and I actually got quite lucky. I got a Cortex drop, I got Imperfect Memories, which is like ADC, I obviously got the Fragment from the Conqueror, I also got 2,500 juice from one crop rotation run, and also the map that got sustained, as well as just some essences and whatever. So I'm just going to continue running the strat, and I'm going to give you a quick compilation of all of the nice loot explosions and drops, and then I'll get to you later explaining a little bit more of our profits. Seven. And two bosses. Cool. The two bosses actually happened. Nice. Yeah, this is gonna be juice. This is gonna be juice. This is what crop rotation is for. There we go. We just have two bosses. That's fine though. Or wait, one? No, we don't. We have more. It did duplicate. Holy crap. That's so cool. It actually did duplicate the bosses. Wow. I did not expect that. How much do we have from this one map then? Oh, that's great. The tests are in. These are our results right now regarding the maps. The 3 divines that are here quite randomly is just because I wanted to test out a couple of upgrades that I did regarding my build. So I just bought off a Maven's Writ from myself, basically, and I didn't really want to change the profits of the tab itself, and I didn't want to really go out and trade anymore. So if I actually go and check out my my maps, you can see that we have got a lot of these different Conqueror maps. Thankfully some dropped more something less from whatever we got, like the extra drops and the extra things we get from destructive play, bosses that we get. You know, obviously those drops are also quite random when getting those. We did manage to get 3 warlords, exalted orbs, only 1 hunters and 1 crusaders. We didn't get a single Britannia one. Besides that, we have a normal amount of writs. We did get 1 awakened gem, a couple orbs of conflict, which is actually quite unlucky. We obviously have our sets, which are pretty much right here around 20 divine. Same thing with the maps, it's over sustained practically, so it's even over 20 divine back of what we invested. We also got all of these writs. We also have a couple of sets of cards, and obviously all of that harvest juice. So in all honesty, this strat was actually really fun to farm, and it was actually quite easy, and I'm not even counting all of these other random items and other maps that I have that can obviously add to the cost. Now, in regards of just going into PoE stack, in theory we have 102 divine in here, but obviously this also doesn't calculate bulk price in any way, meaning like the sets. So for example, one Cyrus set is around 2 divine, so in theory we should have around 20 divine right there, while the crests and are counted as 3 each, which also isn't really 20 divine. It's more like 10, so the bulk price there is going to be much better. Same thing with the maps from Drox's maps or whatever maps. Many of them, they're all tier 14 plus, meaning that they are all also in bulk going to be more expensive. Besides that, obviously, same thing with the Vivid and the Wild and the Primal, Life Force. All of those are also going to be counted as bulk prices, and it also depends on the time of day with the market, so you got to be careful with that. Sometimes, for example, Vivids go for like 2,900 if you have a bigger stack, and sometimes they go for 3,300. So that's quite a big difference if you're selling a couple divines worth of that quantity if you have around 50k. So anyways, there's not much for me to talk about anymore. We did over sustain the invitations, which is quite nice. That's all thanks to these nodes, which are, well, you really got to take them. They're really good for the quality that you get. Even with normal mapping, I'm gonna just always take these nodes. Like, fact of about, you know, chance to get an invitation is great. So yeah, let me just take these cards out. So also we only got 2 fortunates because we were running a lot of Mesa maps, because a lot of those farmers, the map farmers, they really enjoy Mesa because it's always fast to get to the boss room. We managed to get 1 Imperfect Memories, which is quite a very random drop, which itself is around 100 and something chaos. Same thing with Disdain, we got a couple of those. We got Justified Ambition, and we also have Dementophobia, which is another nice card to get. So let's see, it's also another thing that manages to be out of consistent profits. Now we can also use that harvest juice. So for example, the Blacksmith Delirium Orb, it's one of the cheaper ones because you can just sell it at a base price. What we can do is use that juice and then just change a stack of Delirium Orbs into a different type for only 300 of the Primal, which is essentially really cheap, and we have a lot of those that we can just use for spare. And for example, change it into currency, which also is quite cheap. We would essentially want Scarabs or stacked decks. Fossils might also be quite good. But we can actually quickly check in PoE Ninja what Delirium Orbs are the most expensive. So Delirium Orb, so oh, it is actually as a category. So yeah, slightly unprepared, but yeah, as you can see here, the skitterings are around 50 chaos each, the diviners are 30, and the fines are also. So yeah, only if we would go for the skittering ones it would be worth it. Everything else is around 20c. So yeah, we're just gonna, oh there you go, perfect. I'm just gonna keep it at that, and then we can just sell that. The synthesis map, so I'm pretty sure that you can get a cortex from this as well. But anyways, oh well, never mind. Yeah, you can get a cortex. So that just bumped up our profits with a little bit of luck regarding that. Besides that, we have a lot of maps that we can sell back, or we can just run them again and continue the sets as well. You can just run Uber Cyrus if you want, the Maven's Writ. You can also just run Uber Maven. All of these other maps and essences obviously are going to always add up, and I haven't sold any essences for a while now, and I'm probably just going to be bulk selling for some extra upgrades for the build, who knows what. There's many different things and ideas that I can still do with my currency. That's it. I'm not going to really talk about anything more. It's just a good strat. It's definitely profitable and it doesn't take a lot of time. I had a user comment on my other video, which I would like to mention, that there is also a couple of easier methods to do, like a boss rush farming strategy regarding like growing hoards and crop rotation. I've also had a comment mention that if it's possible to do this without crop rotation, and yes, absolutely it is possible without crop rotation, and also you can still take growing hoards without it. That would also influence harvest pack size, and the quantity of the map as well would be quite important. So yeah, I'm just mentioning a couple of those things because there's multiple strategies that you can also do. I just wanted to test it like something of my own, which I've also heard that isn't my own, and I didn't have any idea about that, but that doesn't matter. So yeah, it's just like a really cool strategy, and I'm happy that I managed to just run it, have some fun from it, get some good drops, and just continue on. So yeah, I'm probably going to be figuring out some other strategies that maybe I haven't seen yet, but most of those are already out there. But the difference is just one thing is talking about the strategy, another thing is actually doing it and then recording a nice video with the results. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for me, and I'm pretty... Oh wait, actually we have another map over here. I'm surprised, where are these maps going? Wait, what? Okay, yeah, we have more of these. Hold on. They really weren't like... Okay. Elder? No, it's going to stay like that. What is it? Citadel. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, I got all the maps now. So yeah, this is a lot of maps. We obviously only use 10 of each. So we managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the 10-point mark, so we only got 7 of these back, but we definitely over-sustained some other maps. So in just selling this, it's also going to be quite nice. Also the fragments. These are some extra fragments that we managed to get from the invitation, which is extra profit. So yeah, now I'm finishing the video. That's enough of me talking. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the strategy as well.